Hello everyone and welcome. Organic chemistry reactions can be tricky. Often, a single reaction can produce more than one product. So how do you know which one is the major product and which is the minor? Today, we are going to simplify this concept. The key to everything is one single word: stability. The major product is almost always the more stable product, while the minor product is the less stable one. Nature prefers low energy, and stable molecules have low energy. Let's break down how to spot stability in different scenarios. First, let's talk about intermediates, specifically carbocations. The stability of a carbocation follows a simple trend: tertiary is more stable than secondary, which is more stable than primary. A tertiary carbocation has its positive charge on a carbon attached to 3 other carbons. This is the most stable because the surrounding carbon groups help to spread out and stabilize that positive charge. So, in reactions that form a carbocation, like SN1 or E1, the reaction pathway that creates the more stable carbocation will lead to the major product. Second, let's look at alkene stability, which is governed by Zaitsev's rule. This rule states that in an elimination reaction, the more substituted alkene will be the major product. What does substituted mean? It just means how many carbon groups are directly attached to the carbons of the double bond. A tetrasubstituted alkene, with 4 carbon groups, is more stable than a trisubstituted one, and so on. So, when a molecule can lose a hydrogen from 2 different places to form a double bond, look at the potential products. The one with the more substituted double bond will be your Zaitsev product, and that is your major product. Third, we need to know the big exception to Zaitsev's rule, which involves steric hindrance and is related to Hofmann's rule. If you use a big, bulky base for your elimination reaction, like potassium tert-butoxide, it has a hard time reaching the more crowded, internal hydrogens needed to make the stable Zaitsev product. It's like trying to park a huge truck in a tiny parking spot. Instead, the bulky base will find it much easier to grab a less hindered, more accessible hydrogen on the outside of the molecule. This leads to the formation of the less substituted alkene as the major product, which we call the Hofmann product. So, small base, think Zaitsev. Big bulky base, think Hofmann. Finally, for addition reactions to alkenes, we have Markovnikov's rule. When you add something like HBr across a double bond, the hydrogen atom adds to the carbon that already has more hydrogen atoms. The other part, the bromine in this case, adds to the more substituted carbon. Why? Because this pathway proceeds through the more stable carbocation intermediate we talked about in our first point. The major product comes from the most stable intermediate. In summary, always ask yourself, which product is more stable? Which reaction pathway creates a more stable intermediate? Answering these questions will almost always lead you to the correct major product. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, when in doubt, just think about stability. If this video helped clear things up for you, please show your support by liking this video, leaving a comment with any questions, and subscribing for more chemistry tutorials. Your support helps me continue to make these videos for everyone. Happy studying, and I'll see you in the next one.